Alright, this is one of the only videos I might be posting. Well, today I might post another video tomorrow, but probably not after that because I'm trying to take a break. Right now I feel sick and I'm just tired. So let's just get into the video. This is what if Deku had Sage Mode. From Naruto, he had Sage Mode. Okay, so how this is gonna work is Inko, when she was younger, she got kidnapped and she had an experiment done on her. And when she actually met Hisashi, they was childhood friends, and they, eventually when they got to high school, they actually started dating. But that's when Inko was basically kidnapped, and then she got experimented on. So after her experimentation, basically it increased her quirk. She has telekinesis still, and it made her telekinesis stronger, but also it hurt her body too. Like, she was gonna be okay when she recovers, but basically she still have nightmares of the experimentation and everything else. Now, Inko would basically be used by the people that kidnapped her in very horrible ways, such as basically sexual and physical, basically like torture and stuff like that, which almost broke Inko, but she always kept Hisashi on her mind. So after a couple of years of this torture, Inko is now 20, and Hisashi actually came and saved Inko after a while of looking. Hisashi being, exponentially pissed that they did this to his girlfriend, would burn every single last person inside there, even though he was a hero. He had the hero named Flamethrower, but he didn't care. He did all that. He saved Inko. Inko was so happy to see him, and after a long time, she actually fell asleep. So Inko went through therapy, which made her a little bit better, and Hisashi also basically took care of her, which helped her to basically be okay. So eventually they had Deku, and Deku was born different, but Inko probably just she lopped it up to basically the experimentation, which Deku had this mutation that he had, being born in Sage Mode. Now, Deku will always be in Sage Mode. There's no way to turn it off. He's always in Sage Mode, meaning he has limitless chakra. Now, the Sage Mode he has is basically the Frog Sage Mode, or Toad Sage Mode. He don't have 6 paths. He just has this Sage Mode. Now, they see as Deku, it looks like he has eyeliner on, and his eyes are basically this color, you see? Deku's hair is, actually still green. But they see that Deku looks just like that. The eyes and stuff like that. But he still got his, face with, his, hair. So growing up, Deku was stronger than normal other kids. He can see better than normal kids, smell better. He has a lot more, better things that other kids do, in which no one really knew why, but they just didn't, focus on that too much. And Deku was much more calmer than other kids were when they was more energetic. Deku was more down to earth, and he was more basically calm. So, Deku loves to go out to the forest and just walk around. Now, I want to skip to the age of 4. Deku don't really care if he has a quirk or not, because he's just too accustomed to the earth to actually care. But when they go to the quirk doctor, it is said that he is quirkless, because they can't find a thing that's saying he isn't. Like, he has to join his toe, so it is defined that he's quirkless, and they try to see if they can find a quirk, but they can't. Now, Deku has nature chakra, in which nature chakra is stronger than natural chakra. Now, with Deku having nature chakra, he has all 5 natures. And how I'm going to get him to train those natures is when he gets 6. So let me just explain his 4 years. So his when he goes to the kindergarten or whatever. When he goes there, everyone asks what his quirk is. He says he's quirkless. People try to bully him. Bako does too because he got his quirk. And Deku sticks up for himself. Everyone tries to bully him, like Bako tried to hit him with the explosion. But Deku saw that coming and he just dodges it. Bako says, "Stand still," Deku. And says, "Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call you, Deku." And Deku just didn't listen. As Bako kept on trying to, throw explosions at Deku always dodges them. And sometimes Deku would just fight back and he always be stronger than Bakugo. And, other kids that have strength enhancing quirks. And it's not just, basically Deku's strength that he uses his mind too, implying strategies in ways he can take down, his enemies. And so this is, when he turns 6 years old, he's walking in the forest and he accidentally falls down this cave. He, says, "Ow, ow, that hurts a lot." Then the pain goes away because he healed. And then he started looking around. Now, what he sees is this ruins. It looked like ruins. So he started looking around. Then he sees a symbol above a door. Now, this symbol is, there's 3 symbols, really. Actually, no. Yeah, it's 3 symbols, but it, basically symbolizes the starting of a village. This is the Uzumaki symbol, the Senju, and the Uchiha. And Deku says, as he walks in and he sees a whole bunch of these scrolls. And he walks up to one scroll and it says, "The beginning of the Leaf Village." And he starts reading. He hears about, basically the first Hokage, second Hokage, basically how the first Hokage and his best friend, Mamoru Uchiha, made the Leaf Village. How his wife, the Mito Uzumaki, explains all about these clans, explains everything. Now he gets to where it say ninjutsu. He wondered what that is, so he sees one that's easy to actually do. Basically, fireball jutsu, because Sasuke didn't even know about chakra control back then, but he can still do a fireball jutsu. So Deku does the hand signs that he sees and he says, "Fire style, fireball jutsu." I don't feel like saying that in Japanese. And especially since I don't even know a lot of jutsus from Naruto, like any water style, fire style, lightning style, earth style, or wind style. I just make up my own. And it's more easier when you make up your own, stuff. So Naruto says, "Ooh, this is pretty, cool." And he reads about what that was, and it says that's chakra. So it says he don't have a quirk, so he has this power called chakra. Now he tries to do other jutsus, but he can't do them. And it says you need great chakra control to do them. So he looks up ways to do chakra control. How to work on that. He finds out about tree walking and water walking. So he does that. But he also finds another jutsu that don't require great chakra control. This is Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now, with him having limitless chakra, he can create an infinite amount of shadow clones. So he creates a whole bunch of shadow clones. He had them work on chakra control. And after a year, his chakra control is perfect. He can walk on water and he can walk on walls and trees and stuff like that. Now, he would have the rest of the shadow clones work on every jutsu that's inside the library. And trust me, there's a whole bunch of jutsus there. So Deku's going to have a limitless amount of jutsu. Now, he'd also find these taijutsu styles in the next section, in which he learned all of them too, like the 8 inner gates and basically regular fighting styles. But he finds one that's particularly interesting to him, and it's called Frog Kabuto, I think. or the Toad fighting style that Naruto knows. So Naruto will learn that, and he sees that it goes perfect with him. He also learns Genjutsu, Shilling Jutsu, swordsmanship, Bojutsu. He learns how to throw kunais and shurikens, almost like well, exactly like Uchiha. He can throw them all, and they all bounce off each other and hit every single last one of the targets. He can't do anything revolving the Byakugan, the Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan, nothing like that. He can't do anything like that because he don't have a dojutsu. But he can do the chakra chains because it's a force of nature. Don't care what nobody say. He can't feel the Just gonna say that this one is derived of nature, so he can use it. He don't have any tail beast chakra, so he can't use the tail beast bomb. But he copied what is called the Rasengan, so he can use that. He also given Deku the Rasengan, and since it's already in Sage mode, it's already powerful than the normal Rasengan. He learns about how if you put nature release in it and change the shape, it'll be more powerful, and he'll learn the Rasen Shuriken. Now, this is not happening all at the same time. This is happening over the span of a couple of years and a couple of months. But since he has shadow clones, it takes slower. Well, no, it takes faster. To basically learn these, it takes less time. And everyone sees that Deku is getting basically leaner. His body's getting leaner. More muscular and leaner, and basically he's getting faster, stronger, all that. So Deku learns the body flicker, and he wants to learn a jutsu called the Flying Thunder God. But he says he's going to leave that on hold until he really needs to learn it. Now Deku will show his mom all of these, and also show his father. His father is really liking the fire style, fireball jutsu, because he has basically, fire breathing quirk. Deku's father will also, train him in his fighting style that he made especially for his quirk. And since Deku's father's body is pretty much with resistant to fire, he can pretty much use his fire breathing. He can pretty much use that on any part of his body. He can shoot fire out of his mouth and put it on his fist, and he can punch you with that, and he won't feel any pain because it's his fire that won't affect him. But if it's other fire that will affect him, but he can use his fire like that. So he trains Deku in that fighting style. He calls that the flaming fist style. So Deku will learn his fighting style, and it's extremely powerful because it's extremely deadly. The less amount of firepower you put in, the less deadlier it gets. So if you put just the minimal amount of fire, it would not be as deadly as it should be. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. You heard nothing. So over the years, Bakugo just stopped messing with Deku because he sees that Deku is too powerful for him. He can't even scratch the surface of Deku's power, which he can't. He cannot scratch the surface. So now at the end of middle school, Deku is extremely smart. Deku is extremely smart and extremely powerful. He is basically the smartest in his whole school, the smartest in his whole district. And Inko and Hisashi still live in the apartment they live in, even though Hisashi is a top-ranking hero. He's not as up there with Endeavor. Even though he's powerful, he's in the top 10. Basically being number 8. What to say? Now the reason he's not number 7 because number 7 is powerful, and the rest of everyone else is powerful too. But he's number 8. Now Hisashi is very skilled, in which Deku also taught Hisashi how to do how to use a sword. No, since he's a pro hero, he can't use weapons to kill. So he teaches him how to use nunchucks and a bow staff. The nunchucks is what Hisashi prefers more because he can put his fire on the end of the other side of the nunchucks and basically beat people with them. So after that's all done, the teacher throws the papers up like he did in canon, saying he knows everyone wants to be a hero. So he says, Bako Akatsuki, you want to go to UA? Bako says, I'm the only one. Don't let me in with all these B-listers because they'll never amount to nothing in their life. Probably just become a sidekick to some D-list hero. And he says, okay. And he says, Izuku Midoriya, you also want to go to UA? And Bako was like, what? And Deku says, yeah. Ash says, well, I pretty much know you can get in. Ash says, all right, all you sit down. We have to get to the rest of the school, and then you can go home. So after school is over with, Bako goes up to Deku and tries to force him to basically drop out of UA. Deku don't listen. He put his notebook in his bag. Bako tries to grab him by his collar, but Deku just deflects his grab, and he tells Bako in his ear, if you try anything like that again, I'll beat the shit out of you. As Deku grabs his butt, he walks away. Now Bako was shocked that Deku said that to him, but he was also angry. So over the 10 months, Deku, what he did was refine his skills. Like he would go to other dojos with people that was there, and he challenged them to fighting and stuff like that, like Rock Lee do. He go from dojo to dojo, beating people up, getting more experience in like fighting, and every time Deku would say fight him fight him like you're trying to kill him, and they would always apply, just saying okay. And Deku go all around the world doing this because Hisashi is pro hero, so he has a lot of money. In which Deku go from place to place fighting these masters and dojos and also the disciples to get experience. In which he has experience fighting villains too, because he got attacked by villains a lot of times because he was in unfamiliar places. And they just seen him as a weak victim that they can take down. And every villain is out to kill, so it don't matter, kid or not, they try to kill Deku, so Deku had to retaliate. So everything, the 10 months go by. Well, not really. You still got 3 months later, left. Now on the 7th month, Deku was just walking. Then he sees this girl being, basically forcefully dragged into an alleyway by these dudes with masks on. As Deku rushes in, he sees these dudes and he rushes over and he beats them all down. He saves this girl. She thanks him. And she says, oh, thank you for saving me. My name is Tetsuya Asui. What's your name? As Deku says, my name is Izuku Midoriya. As Tetsuya says, oh, that's a cool name. As he says, no, well, thank you for saving me, but I have to go. As she says, oh, here's my number, so call me maybe. I ain't mean to make that joke. That just came to my mind. I just had to. So she leave, and Deku and Tetsuya actually keep in touch. And during the rest of the 3 months, Tsuyu asks if Deku could help her train her quirk, because she seen that he was pretty good at fighting, and he probably have a good fighting style for her. As she said okay, and Deku trains her in a Toad Sage fighting style, even though Tetsuya not in Sage mode, but it's pretty well accustomed to her, and she does pretty good. As they start to get liking to each other. Yes, this is the ship, Tetsuya. And since Tetsuya is basically the bluntest person ever, she just straight up says it. She likes Deku. And Deku accepts her feelings. So they're now going out. And Deku met her parents, and she met Deku's parents. And she was shocked to hear that Deku's father is a pro hero. But I only know is Tetsuya's parents were in this one. In the what if? No, anime. Because all I think I heard about was her siblings. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. Her parents are in this one. So, Yue finally rolls around. Deku and Tetsuya go to the entrance exam. Now, the first part, the written portion, Deku gets first place. Like I said, he's smarter than almost anybody because he can learn anything with his shadow clones. And he'd get all the memories. So after all this done, he's waiting for President Mike because he was one of the first person to actually finish. President Mike comes in. He says, "Kid, what you doing in here?" Deku says he finished already, and President Mike says that quick. Well, kid, you must be smart. As they start to talk a lot, as more students start to come in, as President Mike and Deku stop talking. Now everyone is inside the room, and Bako and Deku are sitting next to each other because they are from the same school. So, after it's all done, President Mike starts explaining about the robots. He gets close to the third 3-pointer. He's about to get to the 0-pointer until Ida, basically says, "What about the 0-pointer?" and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And you basically point to Bako, "Please be quiet and stop, basically talking." Because Bako kept on trying to get Deku's attention. Deku just ignoring him. And it's Ida says, "And you stop messing with your friend." Deku says, "He's not my friend, for one. And number two, mind your business. Number three, let him finish." He was finna get to the question. He's about to get to the 0-pointer. And besides, since you already read about it, why did you even have to say anything in the first place? As Ida felt embarrassed as people were laughing at him until President Mike says, all right, everyone, calm down. Yeah, the 0-pointer. It's basically just an obstacle. You can fight if you want to, but I advise you to not do that. And it says, all right, that's enough for the explanation. You all will be receiving cards telling you which area of testing you will be. And the area of testing, you will have to board a bus in which you will have your card number on it. It says, okay, you go outside and do your best. We hope you pass. As they're all outside, Deku and Tetsuya see that they have different card numbers. As Deku says, it's alright. As they basically just kiss, and Tetsuya goes on her bus, and Deku goes on his. So, they're standing in front of the gate now, and Deku's just waiting and waiting till the gate start opening a little bit. Deku body flickers inside of that real quick. As Ida and everyone else notice him after a while and says he's cheating, as President Mike says, no, go. There's no countdown in a real battle. Dang, why do I have to turn on my brightness? I know I hate the light. So, after a while of Deku basically using his taijutsu to basically destroy robots, he started to use ninjutsu, like water style and lightning style mostly, because they robots. It has electric components, basically meaning if you use water style, he can fry them too, along with lightning style. They both have the same outcome, basically frying the robot with electricity, but one is using the electricity inside the robot while one is using the electricity outside. Produced by the own person, which there's Naruto. As he says, water style jet stream, as a fast moving thing of water hits the robot. He says lightning style, shockwave. As a shockwave of lightning hits the robot, basically shutting it down. As Deku goes through doing this, as everyone is shocked seeing Deku do these hand signs, but they're pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast. See, they're extremely fast. Now, Deku's level of mastery is to the point where he can use one-handed hand signs. So for the most part, he still uses two hands, but he can use one because he just like using two hands, but he can't use one. So he finishes getting enough robot points to where he says he's comfortable. He knows he'll pass until he hears a scream and he sees Uraka. He sees the zero pointer finna get ready to step on her after a couple of more steps. So he rushes over. He grabs the rubble off of Uraka as he rushes her back, and he rushes back towards the zero pointer. Everyone is saying what she's doing. As Deku goes to couple of hand signs, he says fire style. Great fireball jutsu as a large flame comes out his mouth and it basically incinerates the robot. Now, the reason Deku didn't get recommendation by his father is because his father didn't want to give Deku a recommendation. He wanted Deku to take the exam like he did. Started from the bottom, get to the top. So they say, okay, the exam is over. We all will be checking to see if any students are hurt. So after we check to see if any of you are hurt, you may leave the testing ground. And after a week's time, we will check and see those of you who have passed and send you letters saying whether or not you passed or you failed. And if you do fail, please do not get discouraged. Please go to another hero school and try to, basically enroll in there. We need more heroes out there. There's there's more villains than are heroes. So please, take this in mind and try to become a hero. As Deku leaves, he meets up with Tetsuya. They chat on the way home. Deku drops Tetsuya off at her home, and after a week, he gets the letter saying that he passed. Now, I'm going to do the rest of the things next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.